What's up everybody, this is Reese here from C Manga and welcome to my review of Fairy Tail Chapter 403, Erza vs Kyoya. Again. So yeah, this chapter here, to be honest with you, I wasn't that down in it. And I finally figured out what it is that bugs me so much about the Fairy Tail battles. But I'm going to get into that after, a little bit of ranting with the chapter. So yeah, this is obviously like the final battle between Erza and Kyoya, and hell, Kyoya's now super powered up seeing as how she's merged organically with the face controller. And yeah, she is just now super OP'd. It's like, breaking all of Urza's armors and weapons in instances, and then not to mention her curse power now has just gone through the roof. So yeah, pretty much the whole chapter is her just wailing on Erza, just downright beating her down, telling her you're nothing, you're a human, you can't compare to us. Urza, what surprising the most actually was the little part where Urza tried to kind of like empathize with her, just like, why are you throwing away your life? So you're doing this all for your comrades and stuff like that. And it's like, that part there bugs me a little, because obviously the fact is, Urza and that lot, they have seen the way how these demons work, and they know they don't exactly care for each other. They don't give a damn about each other. They're just in it for themselves. The only ones that they kind of like really kind of show any sort of affection to is obviously Mard and End, because they're like, leaders. But everyone else, they just really don't give a shit about him, So for Urza to kind of come out with that, it just seemed a little bit strange. But anyway, yeah, like I was saying, Kyoya's just wailing away on Urza, telling her she's nothing. And obviously, the response that Kyoya gave to Urza was like, she don't care, she's doing this all for Mard, so End could be revived. But yeah, other than that, the next part, obviously, this is a part here which kind of did bug me a lot. It's not really what happened, it's just the way the ending happened, if that makes sense. So yeah, Kyoya, she basically started like robbing Urza of all her senses. She put her sensitivity to anything, like, just her sensitivity and nerves up to the max. So essentially, wind touching her skin is basically torture. Took away her sight, her hearing, her touch, sense of taste. Basically took away all her senses. So literally she's just there in a world of darkness, silence and pain, essentially. So she's just there being tortured to her death. Everyone else is kind of affected by it a little as well, which was kind of a bit, strange. But either way, yeah, the part which bugs me the most is the fact that after all of that, Kyoya's thinking, yep, this is it, battle's over. But Urza somehow, she's able to get up and is able to actually like block Kyoya and fight back using the power of, light. So essentially, she's got like the burning light inside of her, which won't ever diminish, and that's more than enough to kind of counteract anything that anyone could do to her. Which, yeah, that really does make a lot of sense, but it still felt a bit stale. I don't know, maybe if like Kyoya and Urza are a bit more evenly matched, it wouldn't feel so bad. But the fact that it's kind of like, Kyoya's just curb stomping her, then suddenly out of nowhere, she has this big power boost. It's like, what? It's like, I don't know. This comes down to like the part which really does bug me about the battles in Fairy Tail, and I figured it. It's like characters like Gajil, you can understand why they'd be so powerful because you're always seeing them like, out training. But the main cast, all you're really seeing them doing is goofing off, and then all of a sudden they go into battle and they're serious, and then suddenly they're like super powered. So it's like, how did you get such a giant boost from your last battle to this battle, even though the enemies are so much stronger? And I think it really does come down to the fact that we never really see them train. It's like in quite a lot of other like series and stuff, you've got like, the mandatory training arc where you see them training something new, but in Fairy Tail it's just like goof off, big battle, serious, and we're gonna win. Goof off, big battle, serious, now we're winning. And it's just like, that pattern, it just needs, I think, yeah, Fairy Tail, it just literally needs a training arc. When you see them actually training, sure they had like a bit of training before the Magic Games tournament arc, but even then, there wasn't really any training. It's just like, yep, here you go, now you have a second origin drive, just because we kind of screwed around you for a little while. It's like, okay, that's a power boost, I understand that, but any other time there's just no, yeah, it just needs some training. But all that said and done, I guess this chapter, it wasn't too bad. It's in, for a Fairy Tail chapter, but yeah, it just felt a little bit flat to me, just needed a bit more depth. That's what I think it needed, just a bit more explanation with the whole power up. But hell, Urza's going to curb stomp Kyoya next battle, using the power of the light within her. Then once Kyoya's gone, all the curses will be disappearing. They finally stop face, and then hopefully we can finally get into some of the more juicy bits of what's going on at the moment, like where the dragon, what happened to all the dragons, who the hell is End, and what the hell's going on with the whole battle. What's the relationship between End and Natsu? That's the type of stuff which I cannot wait to get to. So hopefully it gets there soon, and then it doesn't just brush over them super quick. We actually get a bit more like depth and emphasis into that actual story bit. So yeah, that about ends it here from me, guys. You know the usual thing to do at the end of these. Let me know what you thought about this chapter in the comment section below. If you agree with me, the whole, you know, what do you think about Fairy Tail in general, you know? Are you happy with it? Do you think, you know, do you think it's missing something? Or do you think it's like the best manga in the world and I'm just crazy? Either way, let me know that stuff in the comment section below. And as usual, don't forget to check out other stuff we do on the channel. So I'll see you next time.